reminding drivers that no text, call, or post is more important than your life. Other forms of distractions can include getting into arguments with passengers in your car. Even the type of music you play can definitely distract you while driving. New data released by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reveals more than 3,300 people died in crashes involving distracted drivers in 2022, and about 290,000 others were injured. So joining us now from the Sacramento Police Department, we have Traffic Sergeant Ken Collier, thank you so much, and Officer Anthony Gamble, just to talk about efforts made this month by Sac Police. I know you guys have had a lot of different things going on this month. Obviously, we're always worried about distracted driving, but talk a little bit about specifically what you guys were doing this month.
Yeah, so April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. It's a campaign that happens not only locally, but it's a statewide campaign, happens nationally as well, supported by Office of Traffic Safety here in California and National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, NHTSA, on the national level, right? So we get a lot of support from those organizations, but the campaign really is about the enforcement efforts that we take as an organization to curb the use of cell phones while driving. But it's also educational programming, right? So we've done a lot on social media platforms, having conversations like this. This is where we really get that educational moment for the community, again, so we can get their buy-in, their voluntary compliance, to stay off their phones, right? Just be safe on the road. There's nothing more important than driving.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they don't realize how fast it can happen. They think they're just checking a text really quick, or or they think they're just gonna make a quick phone call, just dial someone's number. But it can really happen a lot faster than people think to get into an accident with one of these distracted driving.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the important piece that we want to stress upon the community is when we talk about distracted driving, people often think about cell phone, like texting and phone calls. But really the law says that you can't use your phone for any reason. That includes GPS, music apps, anything. The wide variety of apps you have on your phone, you can't do it while driving. And that includes stop lights and red lights as well, because you're still in care and control of that vehicle on that roadway.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your enforcement periods. I know you guys had a couple this month and you were out. What sort of violations were you seeing? I guess what's the most common here in Sacramento? What are people doing to be distracted when they're driving?
Sure. So a lot of cars are equipped with Bluetooth, right? And so oftentimes in our contacts, we find that people are actually using their Bluetooth for phone calls occasionally, but a lot of people are using their phones for GPS and holding the phone in their hands, swiping through or typing directions. A lot of people are scrolling social media apps. It's quite surprising, actually, but it happens a lot. And as Anthony mentioned, a lot of that happens at stoplights, at stop signs, those kind of things. And we see a lot of people stagnating right at a red light, now it's green, and you've got cars stacked up behind you. A lot of examples out there, but people are doing anything you can imagine on their phone. They're doing it, we've seen it. And so we've taken a lot of enforcement steps this past month, as we normally do, but really this focus has been really heavy this month.
Yeah. So when you, obviously we had some data at the top of this talking about the amount of people who died in car crashes because of distracted driving, but when you respond to just a general car crash, how often is it anecdotally that you're seeing distracted driving playing a part in that, whether someone is, copping up to it or not?
Right. The data tells us about 8% of crashes are resulted from distracted driving, but kind of to your point, we're only getting that voluntarily for the most part. Maybe you have somebody say, this person crashed into me, they were clearly talking on their phone or they were texting while they're driving. We'll get it that way. It's otherwise really hard to know for certain. But this month was, in terms of enforcement, I don't know whether we gauge it as successful or not, but we made over 100 traffic stops related specifically to distracted driving during this campaign, and we wrote about 65 traffic citations for this. So it's still happening. Again, we're trying to push the messaging out to just stop. It's 2024. We have plenty of cars with technology and other ways to stay off your phone. It's time to switch over.
Yeah. So let's talk logistically here. I think a lot of people think maybe they're being sneaky or they've got the phone down here and you can't see. So logistically, how are you finding these people when they are violating this law?
Sure. Do you want to talk?
You're
a motor.
So I was a motor previously from my, before I came to the PIO office. And as a motor, it's really easy to see the cell phone violation because we're going between traffic and we're looking into cars. And I can't tell you how many times where I've sat next to a driver who's on their phone and I'm just watching them and they have no idea that I'm sitting next to them. Now it's funny as I tell this story, but what's the implications when it comes to actually driving a vehicle? That means your focus is not on your surrounding, what's around you. That could be another motorcyclist riding beside you, that could be a bicyclist coming up, beside you, or a pedestrian crossing the street. And so that's why it's really important for people to understand that the cell phone, it's as convenient as it is in our hands, there's no place for it while you're driving a motor vehicle. You're driving a 4,000-pound vehicle, and you have people walking around, and that's our biggest concern.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit about, we're talking about cell phones and stuff, obviously, but you mentioned anything. There's a lot of distractions. Specifically, let's talk a little bit to young drivers, who have their friends in the car and they're not as, savvy with handling a vehicle yet. The music we talked about at the beginning. What's your message to young kids driving their friends and stuff like that?
In fact, I just had this happen the other day. I pulled somebody over who cut me off, and when I stopped and talked to him, he said, I was just vibing. I was feeling the music. Like, well, that's not quite good enough, right? Like,
right.
You're driving on the road, and you're putting other people's lives at risk. Did that, probably not the right person to do that to, or maybe it was, right? Because the message that I had to him was, what's more important? Like, I get enjoying good music. I'm a fan. But, in the same token, you're driving a car. You are responsible on the roadway, and it's easy to be distracted by any number of things. Loud music, having people jumping around in the car, all of that kind of stuff. Focus on driving. Get to where you need to get to safely, and then have all the fun in the world, right? I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But when you're on the road, just be smart, be safe.
Yeah.
And as Ken mentioned, we in this campaign we made over 100 traffic stops and 65 citations were issued, and that leaves the other 35 interactions where our officers utilize an educational opportunity to explain, the violation to the driver. And those things, the decision to cite or not cite really comes down to the officer's discretion at that time. Maybe the driver's driving behavior, leading up to the stop. Maybe it's the driver's history with, maybe they have citations for talking on the phone. And so all those things, when we look at what we're trying to do to address this issue, we have multiple ways of doing it, and social media is another way, right? We launched a campaign on social media trying to really get the message out as well.
Yeah. So if somebody does get one of those citations, 65 citations written in the past month, what does that look like for the person? Is there a fine? I mean, what does that look like for their driving record?
Right. So, and it does depend on their driving record, their past history specifically with 123 of the vehicle code. The fines aren't really super high in broad terms, right?
Sure. Right.
But again, there is penalties associated with it, right? And everybody can have their day in court and to argue the facts. And so sometimes you win some and you lose some, right? And that's okay. The point of all of this is to get people to take the phone out of their hand, get it in a mount if you need to use it, manipulate it, use single swipes on the phone to get your directions or whatever it is, and focus on driving, please.
Yes. Stay safe. I like what you said. Be safe in the car, get to where you want to go, and then have all the fun in the world. We appreciate it. All right. Thank you both so much. Thank you. We really appreciate it.